Alex in Rockaway, New Jersey.
Yeah, I want to get on here and talk about Aaron Boone today. Honestly, Michael, I think I got a different perspective on this. I think Boone is and has always been the biggest problem here. I mean, you look at Tuesday night. Gill's got 91 pitches, head into the 6th inning. He's going to pull him. Obviously, go to Tonkin there. It's been pretty solid all year. But
Alex, let me stop you for 1 second. I'll let you continue. I promise. Okay. Do you think that Boone makes that decision without any input from the front office of how many pitches to let Heel throw?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's definitely got to be looked at there. But I mean, you're talking about it's just even doing earlier back in the season. You had Anthony Volpe hitting over 300, hitting the 6th hole, doing fine down there, and they decided to move him up to the leadoff spot, put him in the leadoff spot of the New York Yankees, probably the most popular team in the entire world. And you can see his entire season just dipped off a cliff ever since that point. I just think there's a lot of coaching decisions that definitely need to be addressed. I think Boone's been the problem pretty much the whole year and has been the last.
So was he with the problem the first 70 games when they had the best record in baseball?
I mean, I guess. And then they decided to change it up and put him in the leadoff spot.
No. He was moved to the leadoff spot in the first 70 games of the year. And Alex, the reason that they're doing it is that they need a leadoff batter. To this day, they're batting for Dugo leadoff right now. Do you realize, Alex, and I thank you for the phone call, that the Yankees' first and cleanup hitters combined the worst numbers of any team in baseball? Their leadoff and cleanup hitters, two of the most important hitters in the lineup, leadoff and cleanup combined last. So you think they might be searching? I mean, Anthony Volpe batted leadoff a lot last year. Anthony Volpe was hitting 290. Why couldn't he hit bat cleanup? Or why couldn't he bat leadoff? You know what got Anthony Volpe? The league adjusted to him. And now he's got to adjust back. It wasn't the fact that he was leading off. But again, Don, we could sit here and argue all day. They've got it out for Boone. And you know what? When Boone finally goes, for whatever reason, I hope I'm on the air at that time. So we can say, well, look, they hired somebody just like him. They didn't bring in Billy Martin. They hired somebody just like Aaron Boone. What are you going to say then?
But I wonder, and again, I'm not defending those people because we ripped to Peter yesterday, right, about all that. But there's just a lack of accountability. So the fans just want to see somebody be sacrificed. They're not a hitting coach because we've already been there, done that. There just doesn't seem to be any accountability for where they're at right now.
When you say accountability, you want somebody fired. So there's two people that would move the needle, right? Boone and Cashman. You don't fire a GM in the middle of the season. Yankees have not fired a manager in the middle of the season since Bucky did.
Right.
So they're not going to do it.
I know, or the fact that they're not going to do it is not enough of a reason for the fans not to complain about it.
No, they can complain about it, but I don't quite understand what they're complaining about. He does not have a good roster right now. And it's not his fault that Torres is not hit and that LeMahieu is not hit and that Volpe stopped hitting and that the pitching stopped pitching. Is it his fault?
No, but this is where we get to the impasse. Yep. Because the guy whose fault it is built in and he's not going anywhere. And I don't know who else you blame, Michael.
But that doesn't mean if your carburetor's bad and you can't replace it, you put in a new muffler.
No, but I guess what it should mean is the fans should just increasingly and more loudly demand Cashman's job because it really isn't Boone.
All right, so, but, you also live in a town where you've seen a lot of coaches lose their jobs, right? And sometimes
not in the Bronx.
Right, but why? Well, why are they held to a different standard than everybody else?
But think about this, Don. Let's take a look back at Yankee history. So George used to fire managers all the time. It worked once in 1978 when they fired Billy and brought in Bob Lemon. That's the only time it worked. And he fired people all the time. And it never, ever engendered change.
And, listen, Michael, I'm not defending it. Look what the Giants have done. It looks like they finally got it right with Dable, but wasn't that embarrassing every 2 years coming up with a new head coach and it not working? Nobody says that it works all the time, but this team has not won a championship since 2009 when the edict is championship or bust, and there's been one significant change, and that's been to Joe Girardi. So why was Joe Girardi let go? He won a championship. He went to Game 7 of the League Championship Series. We could have the same conversation about, and we did, defending Joe Girardi when the fans all wanted him fired, were disgusted with him, and then he gets him to within a whisker of going to the World Series, and he gets let go. So we've seen managers get let go by the Yankees, and now it's been 8 years, and we can't, as a Yankee fan base, complain about Aaron Boone. I'm with you. I think they're putting their crosshairs on the wrong guy. But I'm just saying that the Yankees go about it much differently than basically everyone else. It's kind of odd that they've said that they have failed every year since 2009, and there hasn't been a lot of accountability for that. So if they can't go after Cashman, they can go after Boone. If they can't go after Boone, who can they go after?
You know what? They can go after whoever they want. And I heard what Peter said yesterday, and he's right, because I'm sitting here trying to explain what they're thinking rather than just say, you go after whoever you want. I'm telling you, they're not firing Boone. Now, I think if they don't make the playoffs or they get eliminated in the first round, there's a good chance they make a change just to throw chum to the wolves.
I was about to say, but even that's not the real change you need. It's just a repeat. Michael, if they do make that move, it's honestly the equivalent on a bigger scale of just switching the batting coach, a hitting coach.
Yeah.
Or it's kind of a nothing burger because they're going to bring in someone similar, ask them to do a similar job, and repeat.